In this video, front lights for gravel bikes and road bikes, how to set them up, plus testing a new light set from a well-established manufacturer.
This is part of a series of videos for new and returning cyclists, clearly explaining some of the stuff many cyclists take for granted. They're the videos with the purple border, and if these are of interest, please subscribe to the channel. I have tried lots of bike lights over the years. If you have a favourite which works long term, add the name in the comments, please. Because lots are advertised on Facebook, start fine and then just seem to fail. That's been my experience. So this video is not a review of brands, I'm going to mention just two, but it's about using the front lights. And front lights are normally explained in this way. On the one hand are the lights that help others to see you, and that is in contrast to the other more powerful lights which are designed to help you see others and, crucially, where you are going. This is the suggested brightness for use table. During the day, anything over 100 lumens should be enough for other road users to see you. After dark, 50 to 200 lumens is said to be okay for a well-lit urban street. I think that's perhaps a bit low to be sure of being noticed. Now we come on to the other type that help you to see stuff. If you are riding rural roads, 400 to 600 lumens is again said to be okay, but again I think that's a bit low. I'd go to 800, and if you're riding off-road, I'd want to be over 1000 lumens. I use exposure lights. They're excellent but quite expensive and quite complicated to switch between their vast number of different pulse patterns. For this video, I've tested a cheaper alternative by Cateye. More on those in a moment. When I go out on an autumn or winter ride, I always have a rear light and a good front light, because I never know if it's going to get overcast or a sudden rain shower, and both could suddenly limit visibility, and I know I want to be seen. This is the Exposure Lights Sirius. Now it is supposed to have a special flash pattern that attracts the attention of drivers, or rather a pulse pattern. I don't know about that, but it does seem to work. It also means that if I get home late for a puncture or something and it turns dark, I can always turn it on to constant. And I know with 800 lumens of power, I will be able to see where I'm going. But on these roads at night, I prefer two lights.
This is how the two-light system works. The bar light lets you see where your handlebars are pointing, and that is the main brightest light. But on rural roads, and particularly off-road, you might need to scan ahead or see round a bend, look at an animal, or look for better lines. So this one turns with my eye line. And this is pretty much what everyone uses off-road at night in the UK. Some countries do not allow body-mounted lights, and some, like I think Germany, don't allow flashing lights either. So know the law where you are.
My two-light setup from Exposure costs about £250, and it's just about bright enough for off-road riding. Exposure do fantastic off-road lights up to 5,000 lumens, but they're almost £500. However, there is something cheaper from a major brand. Offbeat Bikes in Fort William said I could borrow one of these sets costing £160. It's by Cateye, who are well known with a good reputation. Callum has a set himself. These are 800 and 1100 lumens respectively, and come with fittings for handlebars and helmet.
Although these lights are extremely bright and you'd be hard pushed not to see them on any of their modes, that side part of these lights also lights up, so it gives you more spread. So one, you can see where you're going, and two, drivers and other road users can actually see you from the side a lot more than more direct lights. You've got readouts on the batteries themselves, so when you push this down here, you can see it comes up with a blue light, and that's me on the highest setting there. Flick through the modes, still blue. When you're halfway through your battery life, it'll go orange, and then when you're about 10% way through, it'll start to go red. So it gives you a sort of readout of roughly how much time you've got left, so you're never really stuck in the woods with these with no lights at all.
Which is handy because we were off to the woods. The bike shop is owned by a couple of friends, and I was riding with Nick's. She has raced the Strath Puffer, and I filmed it countless times for the BBC. I used to do quite a lot of night mountain biking too.
I'll be on your tail, so what you're comfy at, but I'm very close to you. So bear that in mind.
So I know what bright bike lights look like, and these are bright, noticeably brighter than my two 800 lumens exposure lights. That said, the bar light doesn't specifically shine a flat beam like some of the more specialist lights, but it is working for me. 1900 lumens is pretty bright.
According to the makers, the 800 lumens light should last 90 minutes on full, 4 hours on low, and I could hardly see the difference, and 30 hours on pulsing. The 1100 lumens is about the same, and both can be used as daylights too. They are easily recharged with 2 USB cables. Now, I would definitely buy these if I didn't already have the exposure lights, but I do. So now I'm trying to decide whether or not to return these or to buy them. And good lights will be important for anyone planning to tackle the Rapha Festive 500, which should be a great cycling challenge. We're running a series of videos leading up to its start on Christmas Eve with advice and encouragement to get out in rain like this perhaps. If that is something that takes your fancy, do take a look at one of the linked videos here and use the round circle thingy to subscribe to our channel, and that way you won't miss any. Ideally hitting the notifications along the way, please. That would be fantastic. Until next time, goodbye, and I'm going to get out the rain.